retro trekking with the caramel apples, an apple snack where the topic is really about apples. This week's discussion is all about the lure of wistfulness of what consisted of a good summertime vacation or summertime fun, what that tends to be. What events surrounding summertime fun did you, family, and friends get back into where times were better? We're going to take a flying guess that yes, that festivals were involved. I'm Kennedy Rizzo.
And I'm Cooper Lee.
And we have a lot to unpack. So now that we have your attention, meet us there. We'll see you on the other side. Goop, we've been enjoying so far many of the fun events and activities that culminates in effortless summertime fun. You know, hanging out with friends, chillaxing at the pool, or going off the movies to cool off and watch a good summer blockbuster film and all.
Yeah, and life just demands that, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's so much on your time that's not what we would say, quote unquote, fun. So, when you can steal little moments of opportunity like that, especially when the weather is giving and allowing you to enjoy it like that, it is cool. It's very cool.
It is, maybe one of these days we'll get into this angle of the topic, of like summertime vacations, but not everybody has a lot of money to do that anymore. Like everybody's feeling the pinch of inflation.
No, 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 no! No, please! No!
Exactly, yes.
Just putting food on the table sometimes, that's the main focus. But we'll get on that later. But when people are thinking budget friendly when it comes to summertime fun, we think of things that you can do at home, like a staycation. What are some of the things going on in your town or nearby town? You can still gather intel with your family and friends on summertime fun.
I love this topic, but hold that thought, Kennedy. Let's remind our listeners to please subscribe and say hello to us on all the social media networks. We love to have conversation with you. And also, even though it's hot outside, we would enjoy a nice little iced latte.
I love it.
Sounds good to me. So, if you want to be a part of fueling our next caffeine boost, visit buymeacoffee.com/retro trek caramel apples for those details. Thank you so much.
That's right. Thanks a latte. So now we're going to talk about, you know, having summertime fun a little closer to home because maybe that's all some families can do. And back in the day, we were in that bracket.
Yeah. We look forward to our summer times. Anytime you were out of school, we really did make the most of those 3 months, if you will, especially spending time with our girl squad. I think it's got a cold.
It does. My goodness, it's the wrong season for that. We'll look into that, Coop.
Yeah. That'll be on the to-do list. Okay. But yeah, we really did look forward to those 3 months of freedom with our friends. So, like you said, doing things around your own area, your own neighborhood, or in their neighborhoods where they lived, it's a certain layer of nostalgia that is very rare in these times. But it was very, very monumental for us. It was like the height of your year, really, during the summer.
And to go along with that, Cooper, I agree with you, but we had to try to think of our wallets, our pocketbooks, what little bit of allowance change we got. But due to our friends' parents, they are always real good about having the girls together, and they would be creative. Like that, we'd go to like festivals. A lot of times, we go to fairs and festivals.
Yep.
And it was just a way to just give them a break. They'd set us loose, as soon as we hit the gates, the opening gates, and then they'd go off and have their fun, go find some food, and we were together.
Yep.
And we'd hear music. You could hear music in the air. You could smell seasonal food in the air, like things you wouldn't be able to get your hands on any other time of year, but just that summertime nostalgic smell and all the fake toys and well, toys are fake, but
the fake animals, huh?
There we go.
We knew what you meant.
That's right. All the made overseas stuff, the cheap stuff just to catch your eye, hanging up, and you want to play the games to be able to win something just for the heck of it. You're like, it's fun, I beat it.
Absolutely, yes. Just like we'd be excited to go to like Chuck E. Cheese and stuff when we were younger. This was another form of that. Just that, where a kid can be a kid type vibe.
Yes, and we were kind of like pre-teens doing that. Maybe just crossed over into teenage years. We're still enjoying that. That was just crazy. It was all about having fun, Like, okay, so now we're teenagers, getting to be young adults, and festivals and stuff. We wanted to be grown. Like, we were like, oh, let's catch a concert, or they'd have those stages set up in like these festivals. You could go, any culture is available. I mean, you can go to Greek Culture Fest. You could do Oktoberfest, which that's more fall time, but like they'd have the German fare, like the brats and the sausage sandwiches and
yes,
Polish sausage. Of course, you got all your fanfare, funnel cakes, ice cream, cotton candy. Like this is stuff you could just drive probably even an hour away, right in your hometown if you have a county fair.
Right.
You get this stuff.
Exactly. And even something that you can't necessarily get at a lot of other places. Like some people really like the deep fried pickles and other vegetables you can get are deep fried. It's like you take something that's so healthy, you do that, and it is amazing. It's so good.
And there ain't really nothing they won't try to fry. I can't believe that. It's like, what is that again?
Next time it'll be cotton candy.
Blah.
And let's not forget the caramel apples.
That's right. It's sweet enough on their own. But yeah, like we've actually been to a few festivals over the years with our friends, and also just sometimes we've gone with our family, but some that take place in our area, you can always count on Cultured Fest. So we got the Latin Fest.
Yep.
That's fun. And, it takes place at a riverfront downtown in a city an hour away from us. Always a good time. A lot of fun, a lot of culture. You can get novelties. There's stuff they create, necklaces, bracelets, hats, handbags. You get music. Sometimes it kind of looks like it could have been bootleg, but
What's the matter with you?
But promotional stuff, just for the event.
Yep, the Irish Festival.
Oh, that's fun. We've been to a couple of times to that one. Yeah.
Yep. The Jazz and Rib Fest is always a good time. typically in, the beginning of July, you would have some sort of like fireworks display. Most towns and cities have that, which I would also include in like festival type fanfare, right? Because there's places that are serving drinks and stuff. So yeah, it's just a different kind of vibe, truly.
It is. And to go along with that, because like when you're in an outdoor setting like that, when you go in, sometimes these concerts and these shows that they got presented at these festivals can roll on into the evening.
Yes.
I mean, there's just a feel to it. There's just a certain vibe about it where, like, you can bring your outdoor chairs and coolers with stuff. Sometimes places won't allow you to bring your own stuff in, but like back in the
Yeah.
day, they weren't too like much of a stickler on that. But
Yeah.
somebody's always got to mess it up for you over the years. So now I think they do look at that a little more because they don't want you smuggling in anything that might be a danger to those around you.
Which is a sad consequence, right? But it's
Yes.
truly something that they'd have to think about these days. Yep.
Yes. Much has changed since we were younger.
Yeah. Innocence is gone.
That's sad too. That's heartbreaking.
It is. It is.
Let's back up real quick. Couple clicks to that Ribbon Jazz Fest. Oh my goodness.
I know. Like most of these places, you can get something really good to eat. The minute you get near the Rib Fest,
Oh.
it's like, which tent do you even begin at, right? It's like they all smell good. It's like I don't know what I want. You're like, I'm going to pretty much spend my time at one of these, but which one? Because they all smell delicious. But everybody's got something a little bit different to offer you.
That's right. Oh, that is the best smell.
I know. Choose wisely, right?
Oh my goodness.
Get some good baked beans with some either brisket or pork cut up in there. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. We're getting hungry now. Like, do you want them dry rubbed or muddy ribs? Let's talk that.
Oh, yeah, dangerous.
Yeah, and that's actually I think going on this weekend or next weekend, close by where we live. So I don't, we got tons of stuff going on. Unfortunately, Coop and I probably won't be able to make it again this year. I mean, this is stuff that when we had more time, we actually could enjoy it. But we still might be able to sneak away somewhere and get you some good ribs. I don't even know. That sounds good.
You'll have to let me know if you end up doing it, and I'll do the same with you.
Okay. But then the other one we always frequented with our friends was the Latin Fest, and that was a good time because they'd have frozen drinks. It'd always be the hottest day of the year, it seemed like.
Yes.
And they'd have people just dancing, cutting up and dancing right there. It was like the vibe was festive.
Everybody's in a good mood.
Mm-hmm.
Just literally, it's just oozing off of people with the sweat.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you're sitting, again, thank goodness it's outdoors, but you're sitting around all these people, and even though it's outdoors, there's still that smell of sweaty bodies in the air. And
yes.
You got to get there and try to find your spot early. Everybody's like trying to shade grab, which we get.
Right. Yes. Yeah. And they usually have like a pavilion area, and they'll either have several different acts on one main stage, or they'll have like 2 or 3 smaller stages around that maybe slightly lesser known people might be performing. So
yeah,
like the whole area is just completely engulfed with the festival. It's really cool. It is cool.
it is. And we weren't really going to go super duper long on this week, but we wanted to talk about it because we are smack in the middle of the season and we hear about all these things going on, vibing. It's amazing. we get stuck on our routines. We get stuck at like bread and butter, bread and butter. Sometimes you just got to think outside the box. Grab your people and go and try to have some fun. Try to break outside of that so you can go, you know what? This is what nostalgia feels like. This is life, This is a good time.
I thought of that when you said that earlier. It's like we literally would make, I don't know if because we still have the same 24 hours in the day, right? But
Yeah.
we literally would schedule with our friends. This was carved out for that, right? Like we made time for the fun. So it was nostalgic. You just said it. That's exactly what you got to do now. You've got to make time for that fun because it
Yes,
isn't going to make itself.
that's right. And a lot of our friends they have teenagers or even younger. They have grandkids and stuff, and this is a nice way for them to burn off some energy. Like get them out there, get them used to, have them kind of understand what it was like to have fun like when we were younger. Like we can try to convey to them what this felt like, what the sun felt like on your skin, when you're sipping on a snow cone or
Yeah.
just innocence, as you said earlier. You just want to try to grab crumbs of that innocence because it is waning.
That's right. And tuck it away so you can pull it out when you're having a rough day. You can pull that memory out and be like, okay, yeah, things aren't that bad.
Now you guys see what we have to do to try to keep our smiles on.
That's right. That's right. Thinking back to the girl squad.
It works.
It does. It really does. So to go on with this conversation, as Rizzo mentioned, we weren't going to go forever long on it, but just to give you a little heads up of what's coming up next week. We've already talked a little bit about food, but let's get into that conversation just a little bit sweeter, a little bit deeper, okay? So come on back next week and you'll enjoy that conversation as well. That's it for this week's Apple Snack, but there's more where that came from. Visit the Retro Orchard Weekly for a sweeter nostalgic experience.